All right. All right. So this is good that you now understand the focus and the aim of appraisal, which we did in the last session that we just finished discussing. All right. So let me go on to the next thing. There are specific objectives even of any performance management process. The objective is to empower, to motivate, and reward employees to do their best. Reward is the last thing. Okay. Indeed, some scholars today say don't even put reward in part of performance management process. But I usually put it because what is the outcome of people performing at and exceeding standards is also to sustain that performance by giving them the due reward. So the reward system balances performance management system. And that's why I say reward system is also included in the performance management system. Okay. Okay. Yes. So, we will talk about that at a later time when, even though it's a higher level HR thing, when you talk about compensation management and reward and all, but I will give you the fundamental introduction to it. Likewise, one other objective is to help employees focus on doing the right things and doing those things right. The right things, that is, what are the priority that can impact positively on their expected even goals and organizational goals, and how to do those things right so that it will be at the highest standard. Doing things right is focusing on priority, which indeed is like what Pareto said. Pareto was an Italian scholar who said 20% of resources in the organization usually delivers 80% of the output. So 80%, for instance, of this of the achievement of our company is delivered by the core talents of 20%. That's what Pareto said. And he says this applies to life also. Okay. So if you can focus on the 20%, you will be able to deliver more, even 80% and more of your organizational goals. That's what he said. So, when you teach people, every employee, what are the priority to focus on their job, you are helping them to do the right things. And to do the right means, now you teach them how to, to maximize, to attain efficiency. So doing them right is efficiency. Doing the right things is effectiveness. Effectiveness is helping you to achieve even the result by focusing on priority. Efficiency is maximizing resources so that there is no waste. And by doing that, you are able to attain the standard required. Please, I want to clarify that you understand clearly what it means to do right things and to do things right. How do you differentiate them?
Doing okay, efficiency and effectiveness, right? Those are
good. Those are the words I use. Okay.
So
which one is efficient? Which one is effectiveness?
Efficiency, you're maximizing resources to do things right. So you're actually in a process of doing something, but you're maximizing, trying to do it the best possible way. Yeah. Then effectiveness, it doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you just get it done.
Okay.
That's I don't know if I'm correct.
It can be better said that doing things right, which is effectiveness, means you are focused on that which is priority, so that you'll be able to achieve the intended results. And that is why I use the Pareto Theory of the 20-80 rule, or the 80-20 rule, that says if you focus on the core 20% within your organization, you will achieve 80% results, rather than focusing on the 80% that delivers 20%. Do you understand that? So which one is effective?
Focusing on 20%.
Thank you. 80. That's it. That's how managers think, and that's how leaders think. Leaders are set to think effectively. Managers are set to think efficiently. And that's why leaders are higher than managers. Managers are all about managing the status quo, just making things go well. And that's why they are all about process, doing things right. But leaders are all about doing right things. What is the priority? What can help me to achieve the bottom line? And that's why you find that some leaders will close their eyes. They can cut off even a lot of the 80% that are only delivering 20%, because they know that they are not core and vital to the organization. And that is why I said I want to do this training, because I want to bring you into the 20% that delivers 80%. When you get to that point, you become almost indispensable to the organization. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
This is critical. Okay, so performance management objective is also about, proactively managing performance towards agreed accountabilities and objectives. I've told you, I've said that in another way when I was discussing, how, so that, it is not a reactive thing. Okay, you don't manage people to fail, you manage people to succeed. It is just like some traffic agents that they wait for you to commit an offense. They hide in at the corner of the road and only come out when you commit the offense. That is wrong. It is not proactively managing. They should preempt you from, make them visible, and if you want to even cross that, don't come here. It is wrong. No, so performance management is because as it is wasted of resource and time, even of your own entire economy, if they wait till you make a mistake before they show up. So performance management is all about proactively managing performance towards agreed accountabilities and objectives. And it is to deliver high-achieving organization. Okay. Okay. Let me just. I want to know where to stop so we can. Okay. Now let me finish this. To deliver an high-achieving organization and also maximize potentials of both individuals and the teams for the mutual benefit of self and the organization. Because as you perform also very well, it gives you even a psychological boost. As you receive good feedback that you have improved, it will make you feel good and you perform better. Okay, and also the organization will benefit from it. So this is all that performance management asks him to deliver if you manage it very well. So you see that it is beyond, one key takeout is it is not just your daily, your once a year or twice a year formal performance appraisal. It's beyond that.
It's a daily thing.
Yes, it's a daily thing. Thank you. It's a daily thing. It's a daily thing. But you may ask me, oh, it's a daily thing. Okay, how does the input of this daily performance monitoring, how does it enter into your performance appraisal at the end of the year? You will ask me that. Okay, I will say basically I do take notes consistently as I give feedback to my staff. Okay, and when I want to assess you based on a particular model, I look at my notes. It's like I am doing what they call continuous assessment. You know how they do that in school. Versus the almighty formula when it is only once they write the exam. Continuous assessment, they will add all that. Your continuous assessment may be about even 70% and 30% may be the exam. So that's how I do it. So, because some people don't know how to write exams. And so they fail when it comes to exams. But they have been consistently performing. For some people, they may put their own continuous assessment at 60, and exam at 40. Exam is like your appraisal. Once a year appraisal, twice a year appraisal. But the continuous assessment is the continuous evaluation, feedback, and holding, coaching that you give throughout the year. All right?
Yes.
Good. So there is a process, because there's a process for the performance management system that helps you to follow through. I've told you, critical to the process, you must have clear job descriptions. I didn't mention the PDP that I call performance development plans. The person tells you, I want to develop himself vis-a-vis the goals and the standards that you've shown him in the job description. And you also add to that plan before both of you sign off with his line manager, because 3 people will sign up on the JD, 3 people will sign off on the performance development plan. Okay, the performance development plan will show how the person wants to develop himself to achieve the standard, the KPIs, and the key result areas, KRA, that you've said. It will also show how, or the involvement of the line manager in helping to develop that person, vis-a-vis even the goals set and the gaps identified. It will also show how HR, on behalf of the organization, will come in to give support. I've told you sometimes it's financial support, sometimes it's time support, sometimes it's guidance, sometimes it is you even giving a formal course, even that year, formal workshop and all that, even that you will send the person to nomination and all that, in-house or external. So it is 3 people that will sign it off. So once it is agreed, okay, it is signed off, and you use as a working paper for the performance management system or that staff. For the job description, you know, I've told you, both HR and the line manager, we have to agree together and clarify what this job role is about, the person's specification, the job specification. Remember all we did in the first class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and on the basis of that, you as HR will sign off, line manager will sign off, and when you hand over the job description to the job owner, to the staff will sign up on it and give you a copy that he has signed up that I understand very well the job description, okay, and I will work by it. Must be signed up so that I can keep in his file. All right. Then the process starts from JD and performance development plan. So this is the planning stage. We call it even the planning stage for the role, for the job, for that position. You start off with that. The key result areas, KRA, are clearly elucidated and understood by the employee, as well as the key performance indicators, the metrics that by which you measure him. Then I've told you that performance management system starts from the selection process. The selection, the onboarding, the induction, and all that. Then it goes on to how you negotiate performance standards for measuring outcomes against predefined benchmarks. Because once it comes in, it receives job description, you agree performance development plan with him, you have to negotiate the standards. For it is not a slam and dunk. Sometimes the standards are too high. The employee may negotiate that, look, maybe instead of saying I should deliver on this in 1 week, can it be 2 weeks because of this and this and this and other assignments that are in my hands? Or it might be that, okay, I can deliver in 2 weeks, but look at, these are some of the things I need in terms of infrastructure and all that is not available. Okay, can we therefore delay measuring this metric until it's available, or can I have it immediately? So these are negotiations that must happen, because performance management system is a two-way thing. It's not a one-way thing. Just like performance appraisal, that tool you use for performance management system, is not a one-way thing. It's always a conversation. It's a two-way thing. It gives feedback able to improve the entire system of the organization. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Together?
I do, sir.
Good. Now, then there is always continuous feedback and coaching. Just like I told you said it's an everyday thing, isn't it? So the everyday thing makes a continuous feedback and coaching very, very paramount for performance management system. Furthermore, as you deal with the staff, interact with the staff, and you receive feedback on a daily basis, you will be able to even have first-hand assessment of where the training needs and the development needs Development is a longer term process, which may even involve in developing the right habit, the right attitude, the right behavior. And it takes time to build this. Training is basically about building the right skill to address a particular gap on the job, and it's almost immediate. But development is long term, and that's why development is most time akin and linked to succession planning. So, the performance management system involves you identifying this, and you will now pass this on to your training and development model, which we may look at later on how to do that. Then the quarterly performance development sessions. I don't call them quarterly performance appraisal. When you call it appraisal, it already makes people to be frigid and afraid. You want to check me and all that. I rather call it performance development sessions.
Performance development sessions.
Yes.
Okay.
So it is viewed from a positive point of view. That you want to help me. That's why you are calling me into that session. And if I want to help you, at least I will give you a feedback of where you're not doing well. But the focus is not on where you're not doing well. The focus on how you can do better. You get it now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, and then, after that, I don't forget, I told you in one of the earlier class, that performance management system is also linked to reward, because I want to sustain that performance that, I saw, and I want an improvement. So how do I do that? That's why it is linked to compensation and reward. So I said designing effective compensation, recognition, and reward systems is still part of what I call the performance management system. Then, based on the performance and all that, I can promote, I can, put the person on another career path. So it's promotional career development support guidance. So employees is involved. So for instance, a technical person that you have not trained and doesn't show competence for human managers, if you promote him to become a human manager, even though he's very competent technically, he will treat human beings as he's treating even inanimate, lifeless objects. It is said that everything in the hand of the carpenter looks like a nail and a hammer.
Mm.
So the carpenter may be a very good technician, but he has not learned how to manage with people, manage with teams, interact with people. So you will find that he will be treating them exactly as lifeless things. That's why you find some very good line managers, even when they, maybe before they were promoted, they had shown signs of not only knowing how to do their job, but also to relate, to manage people, to give feedback. And that is why they were promoted as line managers, and they will do well. But when you see poor line managers, it is not that they don't know their job, but they don't know how to manage people who they will use to do their job well. So, all of this you will look at, as you elicit feedback and give also feedback during the performance development sessions, or what you call performance appraisal sessions. And I said it goes right on. The PMS, or performance management system, goes on and on up till handling exit interviews. If you treat the man like is not useful, is a misfit for wanting to leave the organization or whatever, don't forget he wants to leave anyway. So there is nothing you will say that can make you stay. So why not treat him the best way as he's leaving, so that he will have a very good, positive memory of the organization? I used to tell people, by the grace of God, when I was in that position of, in that top position in HR in my multinational organization, I tell people that when I give a letter of severance to people, people can go and frame that letter. It causes joy, the way I couch it. It's so good and makes you feel good that it is not telling you that you are useless, that you're not good enough and all that. It makes you feel good. So you must understand that you are an emotional manager, even when it comes to exit interview. And from exit interview, you know that you can elicit vital information and feedback that can also even help the entire system of managing the remaining staff. If, for instance, it's an high performer that is leaving your employment, okay, and this high performer for one, maybe for greener pastures or whatever, fine. No, you want to elicit some things that can help the organization. The way you treat him at that point in time will determine whether he will willingly volunteer some information, and because he feels still part of the entire system, even though leaving, he will jolly well want to help improve your organization. So exit interviews are awesome opportunity. Never miss it. Never miss exit interviews. And never miss to do exit interview. A whole lot of HR people say, he's going. So why should I interview him again? He was coming in, he gave me a problem with interviewing. I will now have the problem of interviewing him again when he's going out. No, they are vital information because the person is leaving anyway. He has understudied your entire system while he was there. So he knows what is good, what is bad. And he's not too close to the problem of managing it and too emotional when he's going. So he will be able to volunteer the truth because it doesn't affect him anyway anymore.
Yes. And I feel you don't really have to, make use of all the information. You can just pick out what you feel will be necessary for the growth of the company.
Perfect. But you don't tell him there that, I'll just speak one or two. Just let him speak. Let us speak. All right? But make it a conducive, convivial environment. Where the person living feels celebrated, feels wanted. Okay? All right. So I will stopping on the PMS process today. I want to have feedback. Maybe you have questions. Maybe you have areas you want to clarify.
No, I've actually clarified everything as
we're going on.
Yes, while we're going, I was just clarifying most of the things I needed. Yes, awesome. This was very insightful, this particular session.
All right, that's very good. So what are the next things to do now, having understood this?
Exit interviews are very important. Actually, I used to just look at it like, not necessary because most times I kind of have close relationships with the staff in the company. So as I always ask them, what do you think we can do? What do you think we can't do? What do you want us to stop and all of that? So when they're about to leave, I just don't bother to, put the emotion or everything on the particular day they're leaving to ask those questions. I just leave it at not necessary. But this time I feel it's very, very important, whether we are letting them go or they are the ones leaving themselves. Perfect. It's important to do it. Yes, sir.
Perfect. I love that. So exit interview. Awesome. What other things? I talked about PDP. Do you understand what PDP is now?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the meaning again.
Performance development plans.
Yes. Performance development plans. It's an ongoing.
Okay.
It should be an ongoing structure.
But there must be a document, okay, at the beginning of the year, just like there is a document, where you clarify their JDs, job descriptions, even at the onset of every year. And on their performance development plan, you clarify even standards, you clarify expectations, okay, and you clarify how you will support them as HR and as a line manager. That's why two of you signed it. The third thing is that even the staff is involved. And so it will tell you personal development plans that will help him do better on those jobs and based in line with the standards you set. So this is a document, how you will couch it, just couch and all that. There's a part even that you will play in terms, and that's a part where you have agreed. These are the key result areas and the key standards And the key performance indicator, the key standards make you understand that if I am about to, I am able to get this, that is exceed. If I'm able to get this, that is just regular, that's just met expectation. It's clear. Okay. Then and it shows also these are the competencies and skills you will need if you want to do well. Some people also put these are the tools you will need to do well. So the staff can come up with this, in his own section to say, yes, I will also, invest in myself in this area via these courses, via this, YouTube trainings and all that. Okay, but these are the things I need, to help me. Is it this company will give me maybe 1 hour after office or 1 hour break time, but I will need access to maybe internet, or I will write my professional exams in December. It is then that we know. And towards that professional exams, I will need time off, study leave. They will submit even. So that study leave is different from the leave, annual leave, because it is part of your supporting them in that process. For some organization, they are so hard on it, say, no, you have to go, you have to take your plan to go on that exam during your annual leave. Well, either here or there, but depending on how your culture is in terms of supporting staff. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So exit interview, your performance development plans are critical. Part of performance development plan, please note this down. It is also where you will state where you will meet formally at different points in time for the performance management session, so that he knows that you are measuring him on a consistent basis. So you may say, look, part of how I will measure your performance is this, and I will take recordings and will take account of how you are doing. For instance, on Mondays we will do our meetings. On Friday we do review. At the end of every month we will meet for performance management session. Okay, it is not performance appraisal. There is no form. I'll just jot, and I will tell you as your line manager a feedback of what I've jotted down, because I'm keeping it. So it is agreed. This is how I see you. What do you think? Wherever, I gave you a job last week. You didn't do it very well. What happened? Okay, it's better. Okay. All right. I note that down. Okay, but please, why not do this to improve? Okay, or why not go and read this book? Okay, and when you read that book in the next week, when we do our review session, I'll ask what you read. So these are all things you will have put about how you want to give the support.
This is just like the pre-confirmation meetings with.
Oh, all right. Like that onboarding I told you, I mean.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And that's why onboarding is part of the performance management process also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Onboarding, pre-confirmation, appraisals, before the confirmation appraisals proceed. So, it's all in linked. It's all about performance management process. So how has it been? Has it been helpful?
Very helpful, sir. It's been really helpful.
Wow, that's good. That's a good one. That's a good one.